far better now than we were 2 years ago.
Walters with one of the goals of the season.
We've got a team that's younger, that's only going to get better.
Marsh, let's fly!
As I said, when Tim inherited, it was only going to get worse.
And he scored on his return to the side. Mark Wright, Souness celebrates. The Liverpool Horns celebrate. And what a comeback for the team.
A season of adversity, when Graham Souness went through hell and came back promising a brighter future. He's got a new partner, Roy Evans, so from hell to Evans. The back pages got it wrong. The bookies cashed in. Now the board insists they've got it right. Souness stays. The future of the club is in his hands.
I'm a positive person. I only know one thing. I've only ever known one thing, and that's to be successful in the game of football. And that's what I dearly want. I obviously have my critics. I want sooner, much sooner rather than later, to be able to turn around and say, well, I think you were wrong. And that's what I want. I want it for this football club, I want it for me, and I want it for those people that have supported me. And then, obviously for my family as well. But it's important that I'm successful, and that's the only thing that matters, is football club and success.
Graham Souness sought and found success in his first full season. The annual open-top bus ride paraded the FA Cup. Silverware at the first attempt. In the league, no honours, but the memory of stripping Manchester United's title chances.
Rush has scored.
Rush's goal meant Leeds United were the Reds' Charity Shield opponents as league champions. On a hot August afternoon, the manager led out what he hoped would be a team to take his master plan a step further. Bruce Grobbelaar was given the #1 shirt. Souness opted for experience in goal. £1 million signing David James was to learn the old Anfield way. Wait, watch, have patience and learn from a past master. He was one new signing. Another was Paul Stewart, a £2.2 million midfielder who'd earned his spurs with Tottenham. Introduced to the Liverpool fans for the first time at Wembley Stadium.
As you can see, we've had just over 20 minutes. And, a mistake now by Fairclough. Presenting the ball to Rush. Marsh, Rosenthal. They've still got the ball too. Walters. Oh, and Marsh! Saunders seemed to be moving in for a formality then. But Marsh, if he got a call, he didn't hear it. He must have felt he could have reached it himself. Leeds were lucky to get away with that. Now Saunders, ball at his feet, and a chance to take on White. Well, he didn't do more than make space for the shot. In goes Rosenthal! Oh, wonderful stop by Lukic. What a terrific cross. Ronnie Rosenthal was allowed to line it up in looking at the goal and making his contact here, and then it was all John Lukic. Batty, nicely measured. Wallace, the flag has stayed down. Rodney Wallace for Leeds. Cantona bangs it into the corner, and the champions are in front. Here's Walters. Newsom can't cope, but speed can, partially. Stewart, it was deflected, it will be a corner.
But once again, the tantalising skills of Mark Walters here. John Newsom really is in for a torrid time this afternoon if Liverpool can get the ball to him. Look at that, another quality cross, but who is it at the back post? Saving Leeds again. Gary Speed, and he blocks the shot. That's great play.
Rosenthal. Batty had to be careful. It's a great ball by Rosenthal. Rush! 1-1. It seemed to be just a matter of time. And Ian Rush, who was saying before the game he felt in a hot streak already. And he scored here in FA Cups, in League Cups, in Charity Shields in the past, for Wales as well. It's his second home, and he's done it for Liverpool here, 1-1.
It had to come, it really did. Rush takes up a great position, but he owes an awful lot to Ronnie Rosenthal. produces a great piece of skill, a great cross, but you can't give Ian Rush that type of space and expect him to miss.
Leeds looking to try and regain their advantage here. It's Dorigo, and that was deflected again. Twice the ball has flown off a Liverpool defender and past Grobbelaar, but undoubtedly it will go down to Tony Dorigo. And still the 22 players involved who started the game. Rush has got in behind them, onside. Behind Saunders, Rush can line it up. Brilliant stop by Lukic coming off his line. Batty puts it behind for a corner. Here's Saunders. Walters lines up one for himself. Oh, and the deflection comes Saunders' way. It's a second equaliser this time, and the switch has paid off for Graham Souness. Saunders sent through the middle. Free kick to Leeds. Dorigo, one of their scorers, leaves it to McAllister. Cantona, good jump, excellent jump, good shot! What a shot! Grobbelaar couldn't have seen it. Oh, it stayed in play off the corner flag. Alert work from Wallace, and Cantona has a hat-trick. Grobbelaar missed the cross, and in many ways an extraordinary way to end an extraordinary afternoon.
Good, positive attacking football. It's been great to watch.
Lukic finding it hard to get through the park. Strachan, and it's wriggled in. Mark Wright shot, and Gordon Strachan guarding the post could do nothing about it.
Very unfortunate. But you try taking this off Mark Wright.
The prestigious pre-season showpiece, full of entertainment and incident, a magnificent advert for football, a great start to the new season. Liverpool fans had every reason to believe they'd have the chance of a Charity Shield date a year later. But the walk up the famous stairway was the rare walk of a full side. John Barnes was already a physio room resident, and he was to get quality company. Michael Thomas, carried shoulder high as a Wembley winner, was soon to be carried away again, this time in pain. Mark Wright limped out of the limelight, and the experience of Ronnie Whelan was to be a forgotten commodity. Graham Souness' side was stripped.
Problems we had that haunted us most of the season were evident early on. You know, we got Achilles problems with people going in and out of hospital on a regular basis, and that really was the start of our season. We never managed to get our strongest team on the park for a long time, and it was beginning to sound like an excuse that I kept repeating myself and saying, well, once we get the strongest team in the park, then judge us. And really, we only managed to do that very occasionally this year. And I think that's the biggest reason why we didn't end up doing better than we did.
Injuries disrupted team pattern, and August results had no pattern at all. 1 win, 2 draws, 2 defeats. The new Premier League season kicked off at the City Ground, Nottingham. Brian Clough's Forest, like Liverpool, one of the pre-season title favourites. No one could have predicted the troubles which would have plagued Messrs Clough and Souness over the following 9 months. No first day nervousness though for David James, named number 1 when Bruce Grobbelaar disclosed that Liverpool was no longer his number 1 priority. James earmarked for England. Graham Taylor was to be impressed, but of those on show, only Teddy Sheringham was to feature in a later England squad. It was Sheringham's day and season, but David James was to take some beating and a debut to remember, playing with the distinction the shirt deserved.
There's Keane again. Can he do it this time? And but for James, he would have done. In comes Clough. David James is there again, and again from Clough. A triple save. What a way to start a league career with Liverpool. He's back through the middle now, and he's laid it off well for Wone. And well held by James again. 2 ran across towards the near post for Forest. Might have obscured the vision of the goalkeeper, might have made contact with the ball, but neither of those things happened. Crosby and Gemmell. Keane's on the far post. Here he is! Great header. And a wonderful stop. Difficult for a big man to get down like that, but David James reacted admirably.
That's a brilliant save from the big goalkeeper, wasn't it? Great, typical Forest move. Wonderful passing movement, great cross. Roy Keane, the midfield player's in there, but what a save that is from David James.
Keane. Whelan in the way. Here's Gemmell. Forrest finding an extra breath or two. And Laws with one that came low on the dip to James, and again he looked extremely confident and very able, the England under-21 goalkeeper.
Oh, it certainly does. See that dipping viciously just in front of him. It keeps his eyes firmly on it.
James' excellence not enough to raise a smile or the spirits of his manager, but a Premier League debut to suggest the long-term future is in good goalkeeping hands. A new goalkeeper and a new stand. The opening Anfield game celebrated the unveiling of the centenary stand, 100 years of Liverpool Football Club. It was a carnival atmosphere and the team responded.
Stewart. Ball forward by Thomas to Walters, but Sheffield United able to pick up the crumbs. And the hesitation by Burrows allows Brian Deane in. Has he got a finish? Well, there's the answer. Yes, indeed. 35 minutes. And Brian Deane hoping to spoil the party. Whelan. Walters. Good shot. And a good goal. Very patient build up this one. Dean Saunders maybe will put a bit of pace into it. Chance for Paul Stewart. And he scores on his home debut. And Liverpool have the lead.
So, a good home start. Next up, Arsenal. Faces of both sides had changed dramatically since the infamous fixture between the two in May 1989. No better luck though. Same scoreline as 3 years beforehand. 2-0.
Adams. Off goes Campbell. Trying to get the wrong side of Tanner from Liverpool's point of view. Parler will get to it again. And here's Limpar. Lines it up. Finds the net. Arsenal are in front. Here's Hillier. One to aim for up front. And he might just have found him. Ian Wright. And Merson is free if he can get it across the face. And he has done. Paul Merson. Oh, that's a terrific save. The game could have been beyond Liverpool then. But David James has kept them in it. Parler. It's his ball again. Oh, and once more we rise in admiration to David James. Parler. Tanner was a bit slow to react, and Parler seized the initiative, and again James. Well, he is keeping Liverpool afloat. Parler. Very impressive. Ian Wright is away. There's no flag. Wright even stopped to have a look himself. He confronts James, and the goal is Arsenal's, thoroughly deserved. The game should be theirs with 11 minutes to go.
So after 2 games, David James feeling distinguished, Bruce Grobbelaar feeling disgruntled.
Bruce came start of the season and asked his position. I told him he was the #1 goalkeeper here. Circumstances arose where he had to go to Zimbabwe and play. Now, off the top of my head, he may have been 8 times. But there were games that were being played at weekends when we had games, so he was going to miss a lot of games for us. And in the end, it became a situation where I couldn't rely on him. I was chopping and changing the side because of injury every week. And then to be chopping and changing the goalkeeper because of him flying back and forth to Zimbabwe, I felt I couldn't do that.
Only Rush is not in the Liverpool area, or Saunders just on the near edge of it. Chapman. McAllister. Oh, that's a cracking goal by McAllister. Wonderful goal. Stewart is onside. 3 to pull it back to. Whelan looking to curl and does so. Wonderful equaliser. Back on his right side, and his intention was clear very early on. He had the room to do it, and he did it superbly well. Here's Batty, good save. Batty, still Batty. He's lost out. Rush. Walters. Penalty. Leeds United committing suicide. Two under Liverpool. Lukic going the right way, but unable to stop it. Finishing up in the corner. Got half a touch on it. Straka. Dorigo with a bit of time. Hodge! Good save by young James again. This young goalkeeper's going to be very difficult to replace. Good stop and a good attempt by Stevie Hodge. Flicked on and flicked in by Chapman. It's 2-2.
A disheartening first month, 5 points out of a possible 15, and the beginning of the goalkeeping gripes.
Bruce really is the most experienced goalkeeper at this club, and is still, I would think, the best goalkeeper at this club. But I have to have a fully motivated, fully fit, fully dedicated Bruce Grobler.
The lad James is not going to be a bad deputy for Bruce.
Yeah, David James is a young man that we bought because of his potential. In goalkeeping terms, he's a baby, and we firmly believe here, once he settles down and has a look what's needed and required to play for a club like Liverpool, because it's a very special club to play for. The pressures that go with playing for this club are unique. That once he settles down, he will be a top goalkeeper. And of course, we're very fortunate to have Hoops, because Hoops is a top goalkeeper in his own right. He's been unfortunate, he's been understudy to Bruce for so long.
The goalkeeping merry-go-round gave Grobbelaar, James, Hooper and even David Burrows the chance to stand between the sticks in Europe. James started off in a side rich in youth, lacking in experience for the visit of Cypriot side Apollon Limassol. European nights at Anfield are something special for the club, for the fans and for Ian Rush. 4 more towards his European record on a sweet September evening.
Paul Stewart for Liverpool. Oh, good play! That was a super goal by Paul Stewart, and a great start for Liverpool. He made the opening and he took it. Stewart, who played in Europe for Spurs, in fact in the same competition last season, driving that well beyond the keeper. Mulvey's cross, Stewart! And there is the second one. And Paul Stewart accepts the congratulations of Ian Rush. 38 minutes gone and Liverpool are 2 up and Stewart has got them both.
Well, that's just what he's been crying out for, a superb cross from Mulvey. The first decent cross has come in, and look at the defence, so static, the goalkeeper stays on his line.
Marsh. Redknapp in the penalty area, this is Walters. Rush is also in the centre, moving across now. Marsh. Rush, here's a chance for him, yes! That's 3-0 Liverpool, and Ian Rush scores what for him is goal number 16 in Europe for Liverpool, and it takes him within 1 of Roger Hunt.
Good little ball between the two. Where the marker goes, no one knows. Ian Rush just swivels and hits in. 1 against 1. Look at the number 4, he went the wrong way somewhere.
It's Mulvey floating it in, up they go! Oh, it was nearly number 4, nearly Ian Rush's second. He was very close there. Well, the Anfield Road end saw 3 goals. How many will the Kop see in front of them now? This is Harkness working it back to Mulvey. Stewart flicking it on. Walters! Oh, and Rush is there! Kenny threw himself in front of Rush. And the ball shot into the net to make it 4-0.
the handshakes on 50 minutes. Jan Mulvey curled the first ball in. There's the header on by Stewart. Here is the cross by Walters, and Ian Rush tucking in his second goal of the night. And this is a little bit of history, because Rush has got to 17 European goals for Liverpool. Liverpool 4 up. Redknapp. This is Mulvey. Walters. Jinking inside, Mark Walters. Oh, and at the far post, it's 5 now, and Rush has got the record. In the 10th minute of the second half, Ian Rush scores his third goal of the night and his 18th in European competition for Liverpool, and he breaks Roger Hunt's record.
Mark Walters does well, comes inside, goes for the far post with his shot, and that always means if the keeper doesn't save it properly. Thank you very much from Ian Rush.
Here's Walters. Wright is steamed up now on this side. Here's Rush again. This time the keeper thwarts him. Wright. Mark Wright shot. Spooned over the bar by the keeper.
Definitely trying to join in on the act. Always had to be the goalkeeper's ball.
Redknapp. Walters. Stewart back to Redknapp. First time shot. Oh, and Rush is coming in. Yes! Meat and drink for him, those. Ian Rush makes it 6 and takes his personal haul in this match to 4. Jamie Redknapp's shot set that up for Rush, the arch poacher in those situations. And the minute it came back off the keeper's hands, you knew where it was going to go.
Ian Rush showed in the first European game of the season just what a good player he was by getting all 4 goals.
Well, I don't think it needed that game to prove to anyone how good a player he is. You know, he's done it consistently over his career, and in my opinion, he is the best goal getter there is. He's been the best goal getter in my time in football anyway, and I think you'd be hard pushed to find a better one at any time. The fact he's Welsh, I don't think he gets the kind of publicity that he would have done, say, if he had been English, playing for England. But he's a very, very special player.
They've got to get back quickly. Break is by Peterlev, who scores. They got really caught out then, Liverpool. Wright is up, just short of the 6-yard area, and got half a bit to it, and it's in. It's 1-1. Oh, dear. The early shot, and it's in. He didn't learn. 2-1. Here's McManaman. Stole away from his man. And scores! Amazing. Wright needed to make the challenge and hasn't. Let it across, that'll be a penalty. Brought down by Grobbelaar. Don't think the referee had any choice. Oh, and he's showing Bruce Grobbelaar the red card. Well, is he or is he not trying to reach the ball then? His arm came through. Carpin, who beat Grobbelaar once, now tries to beat David Barrows. Should he take? And score. Carpin took too long. Mark Walters came back to dispossess him, but he hasn't put the ball out of play. There are still 4 waiting for the cross. Rusayev with half a header, and it's in on the far side.
Can I say that the Russian team were a very good team? We had gone over there, done the hard part, got ourselves back in the game after being put under a lot of pressure early on, gone 2-0 down, got ourselves back in the game, and then of course we know what happened. Brucey got himself sent off, and then we collapsed after that.
2 goals down, but 2 away goals to their credit. All was not lost. The Russians had played in the famous Liverpool strip in the first leg. Now they were to play in the famous Liverpool stadium. Sadly, they were just as comfortable.
Hutchison who got a telling foot in after the hesitation by more senior players. McManaman. Thomas to the right. Rush has Hutchison for support in the middle. Oh, and Hutchison will be disappointed with that. And to judge from Rush's reaction, he's rather disappointed that Hutchison got in front of him, because that's the sort of opportunity that Rush feeds on.
He had so much space, didn't he? Quite amazing, the defensive marking there. Tried to hit it on the half volley.
Oh, goodness me. Well, early signs of panic. What's going on? Marsh in possession. Good running by Thomas. McManaman on the touchline. 2 waiting in the middle. Now 3. But not there. Marsh. Rush. Good strike. But unfortunately for him, and fortunately for Cherchesov, straight into the midriff. Is this to be the breakthrough? Again a knocker, and Rush finishes up on the deck. Moore and right. Oh, got a deflection. Earlier shot was from Hutchison. Oh, well played. The fullback sold himself. McManaman. Well, he's disappointed he doesn't get a corner. Marsh. And again Marsh struck it well. You may remember he scored his first ever goal for Liverpool against Auxerre. Won by Redknapp again. Break on the left side. Burrows. Good strike. Plenty of power in that left foot. With McManaman's pass after Redknapp had started it. First time strike. McManaman. Marsh. Thomas! Oh, and off the line by a player who didn't know too much about it. He was just getting back to cover his goalkeeper. It was a wonderful opportunity for Michael Thomas. Space, time, and the chap on the line got back to turn it away. Poor pass, and here's Pashchasnik, and here's Radchenko. It's 5-2 on aggregate. Dmitry Radchenko, hat-trick on Saturday, and now causing Graham Souness to look with some despair. Well played, McManaman. That's a good strike and a good stop. Good piece of play by young McManaman. Cooper reads it again. He's got a back pedal now. Shayev didn't realise that he still had quite a long way to go. Karpin tries to pick out Rasayev. Radchenko. And Biatnitsky makes it 2-0 in the second leg.
It could well have been a Liverpool whitewash, but an all-out attacking policy left gaps which were exploited. The fan spirit wasn't broken, despite the knowledge that there'd been no exotic European locations to trek to. Instead, it was to be the not-so-exotic South Yorkshire locations. The Coca-Cola Cup provided its share of thrills and spills, in particular 90 minutes against third division opposition.
Chesterfield 4-4 draw was quite an eventful evening as well.
That was wonderful entertainment. Great if you're a Chesterfield player or supporter, but nail-biting for us. I mean, we gave some bizarre goals away that night. But I think a truer reflection was the second game, where we went there and we won well, played well on the night and won well.
This is Rodgers looking for teammates in the centre. He's found the largest one in Morris, who nods it down, and Norris has put Chesterfield ahead. Disbelief at Anfield. 1-0 to the third division side. Patient build-up from the Reds. Ronnie Rosenthal always busy. Shrugs off his marker. A desperate tackling by Chesterfield, and Burrows' shot deflected for a corner. Rosenthal again looking for the ball. Bit of dash in his play.
Sizing up the shot, but Leonard equal to it. It's controlled by Jamie Redknapp. Marsh darts through. Rosenthal again to Marsh. A left footer, always going high though. Mulvey playing just in front of the back four, and that's a glorious ball for Rosenthal to chase. First timer from Rosenthal, but they just can't hit the target. Morris again winning everything in the air. Rather casual from Wright, even more casual from James, and the second goal for Chesterfield. Dave Lancaster makes it a happy half hour for the third division side. Redknapp, Walters, Redknapp again. Fans beginning to get on Liverpool's back. It's something special. Walters commands the attention of two defenders, but the winger waltzes his way past them. Rosenthal lines up Hutchison, lines up Marsh. But again, desperate defending works for the lower league side. And throw from Mulvey. Little flick, falls to the feet of Wright. And a good save from Leonard. Nice throw. Still challenge from Nicky Tanner. To Carr. Morris. Jamie Redknapp in. Scrappy play, long hopeful ball forward. Wright's caught out of position, and Wright's caught out again, and a chance for Lancaster to make it 3-0. To Wright, coming upfield. Liverpool must search for a goal. 3 away goals for Chesterfield. Early touch for the half-time substitute, Istvan Kozma. Gets it back again, needs a good cross. That is a good cross. And that's a good goal from Ronnie Rosenthal, maybe the best of the night, but Liverpool have 2 to pull back. Redknapp is really ruling the roost in midfield now. There's a chance for Rosenthal to score his second, but just the wrong side, hitting the post. Mulvey getting involved. Walters seizes up the opportunity, Leonard can't hold it. Rosenthal's there and rolled into the net by Don Hutchison. Oh, what a game we have on our hands. He feels sorry for the goalkeeper, bounced awkwardly in front of him. But a cool finish from Don Hutchison. Cosmo's corner kick. Right in there, causing problems. Drops to Redknapp and almost put a hole in the goalkeeper's chest. Wright gets good distance on that header. It's bouncing awkwardly. Ronnie Rosenthal will chase every lost cause. It's not lost yet. In fact, Liverpool are caught out at the back. This could be a fourth. Norris against James. And Norris scores a fourth for Chesterfield. Unheard of at Anfield. Just look at them celebrate. Marsh. Great pass, but Hutchison makes the best of it. Neat footwork. Rosenthal back to Hutchison. Walters has made space, and Walters has made a goal. Well, that was quick thinking from Mark Walters. Got it on his stronger left foot and drilled it past Leonard. Too many people leaving the ground. It's far from over. Prosper again. He has changed the game. He's had an excellent second half. That's not a bad cross, and Mark Wright atones for the mistakes he made earlier in the game. An 8-goal thriller. Liverpool's fourth cancels out Chesterfield's fourth. For the return leg at Saltergate, many were expecting the worst. Undaunted by Anfield, Chesterfield were inspired by a partisan small-town crowd. Close-knit support and a tight little crowd. They kept to the script of the famous giant-killing acts. Trevor Hebbard scoring. You can hear the ding in the nearby Derbyshire mines. Souness was temporarily silenced.
Just to remind you, Chesterfield are leading 5-4 on aggregate over the 2 ties. Oh, lovely play by McManaman, skipping past Carr. He's got such good balance for a tall lad. Marsh's knock-in, met by Rush. And there might be a chance here, and this is Liverpool's equaliser, and it's Don Hutchison. That really was what Liverpool needed. and Don Hutchison gets his 4th goal in 5 games. And then it really broke down badly for them, and there might be a chance now as Redknapp goes on, and the keeper wasn't sure whether to come or not, and Liverpool are in front for the first time in the tie, and it's Jamie Redknapp who's exploited some sloppy work in midfield by Chesterfield, and Liverpool go 2-1 ahead on the night.
Yeah, Jamie gets through here. He has a good look around him. He takes the ball early. It's low to the keeper, and the keeper can't do much about it.
Brian thumps it forward, didn't stand on any ceremony that time. Good. That was a good challenge by Heaven. It set Norris going, and a fine tackle by the Dane Picnic. It was a 1-against-1 situation, and Picnic stood his ground.
Yeah, good interception there.
Here comes Rosenthal, and if he gets through here, he might get a third. Ronnie Rosenthal, and it's swept into the net by Mark Walters. Liverpool have a third. Chesterfield's defence caught out again in a little bit of disarray, and when Rosenthal pulled it back, Walters simply couldn't miss.
Well, it led from that good interception, and the ball was played, and Rosenthal was persistent, and he's ended up going for the shot, but it's gone across the far goal, and Mark Walters has found himself in a nice space to side-foot the ball in. There it goes, really. The Chesterfield player should have stayed on his feet. He'd have made it more difficult. Rosenthal gets his turn on. They're going in. He's gone for the shot, and Walters will be happy with that.
Here's McManaman. It's a good spell again for Liverpool now. Chesterfield just on the rack a bit at the moment, and they can finish it off. Rush, surely! Ian Rush, 4-1, and now Liverpool know that they're on the way into the next round for certain.
13 goals in 2 legs, the Coca-Cola Cup was full of fizz. It was scoreless at Bramall Lane, but when Liverpool brought Sheffield United back on a freezing November night, it hailed the emergence of Liverpool's Brat Pack. Jamie Redknapp was emerging faster than anyone expected, given midfield responsibility and taking it with authority beyond his years.
This very strong wind behind them, they may want to shoot at Alan Kelly's goal. Redknapp chips it in, Rush lets it go, almost meets Wright. Still up there though, Wright's ball across the area. Rush up. Marsh wants it go over the top of him. Hutchison to Redknapp, he can hit them and he tries a shot, oh, just a touch from Kelly. He needed to make a touch as well because Redknapp's shot was a very strong one. Redknapp just had time to look, and a good strong right-footed shot. Probably was going over, but Kelly didn't appreciate that. The corner taken quickly. A shot again, Kelly's lost that one, but it ends up in the cop. Steve McManaman following suit of the other youngster Jamie Redknapp, and possibly a shoot-on-sight policy from the Reds. Few options, again Liverpool play it short, it's been a feature of their play. Redknapp to Burrows. Rush, good little touch, oh, it's a chance, and a good save again by Kelly. Redknapp was following it up, but Kelly and the defender combined to produce a second save as well. Well, Kelly has denied Jamie Redknapp twice within the space of 2 minutes. Redknapp perfectly onto the ball of Rush. The corner comes in now, oh, Rush is there again. Picnic keeps it in over the top of Hutchison, and the shot into the side netting. Smiles on the Liverpool faces. 3 or 4 minutes of complete pressure from them. Good turn from Nicol to Hutchison. Has space to run at the defenders. Rush is making a run. McManaman has swapped wings. He's going to have a go at the 2. He tries a shot, takes a deflection, and he's scored! The referee gives the goal. There was a suggestion of handball in there, but Sheffield United protest. The referee has none of it, and Steve McManaman, who just a moment ago had swapped the wings, gets a good run at the defender, turned Gage inside out quite literally, took a nasty deflection from Paul Beasley, and Liverpool are ahead. McManaman's 4th goal of the season. Well, if you don't shoot, you don't score. They're rather fortunate. Nicol to Burrows. McManaman makes a run. Rush is there as well. McManaman gets it. Rush and Hutchison in the middle. Oh, another deflection, and almost another disastrous deflection for Brian Gale. Gale was there again, and I think having a slight smile to himself.
Chip into the near post, Hooper stays, has a very good view of the ball and sets Liverpool on an early attack. Hutchison inside to Redknapp. Oh, it's the youngsters combining, and here he is, McManaman, the scorer of the goal. He'll be claiming it. Can he get a bona fide second? He can! Oh, what a goal it was! That is the face of Liverpool of the future. Oh, what a fresh and brilliant face it is. The Kop are delighted. McManaman's second goal of the game. I'm sure he'll claim the first one. Redknapp and Hutchison are combined, and McManaman showing skill beyond his years, chipping Alan Kelly, and Liverpool are 2-0 ahead. Great piece of play, and again the unfortunate defender was Kevin Gage, who hasn't had the best of evenings, and Kelly could do nothing about that. His angles were perfect, the chip was even better. Rush is fighting, such as his trademark. Good football from Liverpool. Hutchison again, chip over the top. Oh, that is a brilliant pass to McManaman. No, can't get his hat-trick. The youngsters again combining, and possibly that was the best chance of the three he's had so far. Steve McManaman. Hutchison's chip was Hoddle-like, wasn't it? McManaman's run was perfect, good control, but his left foot let him down. It has been a very entertaining cup tie, and he's been one of the entertainers, Don Hutchinson. Hutchison inside him, and that's got to be a penalty. Well, the only way to stop him, Hutchison went around Beasley, and if he got by the defender, it probably would have been a goal. He just took the defender as if he wasn't there, and Beasley stuck out his backside, and the referee stuck out his finger and pointed to the penalty spot. Well, Mike Marsh is going to take the penalty. His only goal was against Auxerre last year, and that's the second goal of his career. To him, it'll be like scoring in a cup final. A well-struck penalty, no shuffle, and Kelly going the wrong way, and Liverpool now have a date with Crystal Palace and the next round of the Coca-Cola Cup.
You won't win anything with a young team. What you have to have, a nice blend. And I feel if we can, if Ronnie Whelan could have played on a regular basis, it would have helped the Jamie Redknapps and Hutchins and Mike Marshes, McManamans. If we have our senior players playing regular, and then you can introduce these young players gradually, then that would benefit them, it would benefit the older players, and it would certainly benefit the team. But last year, with having to throw them in at the deep end and play them on a regular basis, will only stand them in good stead, and we now know that they can compete and play in the Premier League.
September's team sheets included most of the youngsters, with Grobbelaar, Mulby, Whelan, Barnes, Stewart and Thomas in and out of the side, out more than in. September's song wasn't sweet.
Matthew Le Tissier, never short of a trick or two, is he? Trying to lose Rob Jones, he might have put in Kerry Dixon. Well, the lead for Southampton. Dixon the scorer, 6 minutes into the second half. Mulby's kick, right's unmarked, and he's not offside, and it's 1-1. Well, Mulby's kick found right in acres of space, and he just guided it into the corner.
To be Jan Mulby that's taken the kick. Indeed it is, not a bad kick, and a goal from Dean Saunders, his first of the season, and it could be a goodbye goal. Newton right of play. Shrugs off the challenge of Tanner. 3 players waiting in the middle of H2, but Harford kicks his feet to equalise. Walters, 2 to take on. Where's he gone, they say? Beautiful skills, just look at him go. Besant bungles, and Redknapp rolls it in for a winner.
What can I say? It didn't make Dean Saunders a bad player in our eyes. We just felt that we have a very special player in Ian Rush, and we all felt that he would have been a good partner for Rushy, but it wasn't to be. It didn't work for him here. But he's gone to Aston Villa, and he's done quite well there. He scored goals, not as many as he has done with us, I don't think, but he's done reasonably well. That was a difficult one because as I've said, because he didn't work with Russia, it doesn't mean he's a bad player.
Dean Saunders' sale took the season's transfer income to £3.5 million. 3 out, 4 in. Englishmen Stewart and James for six-figure fees. Scandinavian imports Picnic and Bjornaby from Europe's bargain rail. Inevitably, the popular Saunders was soon to haunt Liverpool, alongside two other familiar faces, Ray Houghton and Steve Staunton. The job of marking Dino went to debutant Dane Torben Picnic. Any embarrassment he may have felt during the match was overshadowed by another import.
All he has to do is roll it forward, and instead he tries to break the net, and he's missed. Nickel. This is Marsh. Oh, Teal's given it away, and maybe he's still haunted by his mistake a few seconds ago. He didn't need to do that. This is Walters, hit on the volley. Oh, fabulous goal! Mark Walters, his third goal of the season. This is Parker, inside the defenders for Froggatt. Saunders has made a break to the near post. Dean Saunders has scored against his old club. In time added on to the first half for stoppages. Ray Houghton, Saunders, is this his second? It is! Hutchinson. Looks like Spink should be favourite. Rosenthal got to it. Oh, Spink committed himself and came for a ball which he didn't claim. And Ronnie Rosenthal pulls one back for Liverpool.
The first Young Eagle of the Month award went to David James prior to the Wimbledon match. A mixed day for David. The Chesterfield calamity had cost him his place. Bruce Grobbelaar, the old Eagle, was back in his favourite nest, and the net's in front of the Kop.
Redknapp into McManaman, cutting inside. Not bad ball in either. Here's Rosenthal tumbling under the attempt. There's a Robbie Earle penalty. Mulby with a chance to reduce the arrears. He does do. 2-1. Burrows forward. Neat control from Hutchison. Well, as a tumble to the ground, the referee waits play on, and the ball's in the back of the net. It's 2-2. McManaman. Fashanu. Hill just darting in, and he's done just that, and it's 3-2.
September finished in an unthinkable 19th position. October was a sharp contrast. Unbeaten until Halloween. It signalled the development of Don Hutchison.
Hutchison, great save, it's in, is it? Oh, Woods has kept it out tremendously from the England keeper. What a fabulous save, one-handed down to his left. Liverpool's best moment. Great touch by Hutchison, fine save. McManaman got on it as well, it was a double save. And then if you like, a triple one, because he gathered it on the line. Marsh, McManaman. Redknapp. Marsh, Burrows. It's good possession by Liverpool. Hit from a long way, and that wasn't too far from that angle of crossbar and post. Walters. Anderson's come out to cover him. He's got it back again though, Walters. And gets in across. McManaman. Hutchison, it's skidded over the top, he scored, Liverpool have finally done it. And maybe that's the only way they were going to beat Chris Woods. There was an element of good fortune about it, not about the attacking play or the build-up. But when Don Hutchison hit that, he hit it into the turf. Walters' cross, cut out the maul, McManaman tried to cut it back, it hit the back of Nigel Worthington. Don Hutchison came in, he hit it down into the turf, and it bounced over the top of them all.
Manchester United, I mean, they didn't start the season off well. 2-2 draw against them. When you look back, that was a good result, the way things were going.
We had started to play at that time. We'd changed the team slightly. We'd gone with Rushy up front on his own, and we had Jan Molby sitting in midfield, and Jamie and Hutch either side of him. And we're beginning to look like a good team. We went to Old Trafford that day and played Manchester United off the park for the large part of the game.
Quickly. This is McManaman. Mulby. And again. Hutchison. Well, they're backing off him, and it came off Bruce, and it's ended up in the back of the net. And Liverpool have taken the lead, and Hutchison has played a major role for Liverpool again.
Well, they've allowed them to work the position, didn't they? I said if they allow Liverpool to pass the ball around and create openings, they could pay for it.
Rosenthal again. Back to him from Hutchison. Ronnie Rosenthal. Redknapp for the cutback. Rush! A moment of history for Ian Rush. This genuinely great goal scorer now leads the Liverpool list. The magic number 287. And oddly, his first in 10 attempts at Old Trafford. Now to be remembered as the ground where he overtook Roger Hunt.
And what a big thank you to Ronnie Rosenthal. Missed a great chance seconds before, but gets in the box and really commits Steve Bruce. But he's aware enough there to tuck it back, and that's Rushy. Well done, son. Congratulations.
The end that they're attacking. Hughes, the end that they're scoring, are they? They are! 2-1. Parker. Leclerc going for this one. Giggs, Nicol hesitated. Oh, Mark Hughes! A fantastic finish for Manchester United.
Well, would you believe it?
Graham Souness couldn't believe it. Even worse, he couldn't exercise an injury curse. Big Jan Morby joined an even bigger casualty list. The manager could only envy Alex Ferguson's settled side.
They've won the championship and they deserve to win the championship. But there's not a lot between ourselves and them and ourselves and 3 or 4 other sides that ended up above us. There's very little in it. It's been a very, very close Premier League this year, and I just feel if we can add to that, then we won't be far away.
His point was proven. After a draw with Manchester United, they annihilated Norwich City, the early season Premier League pace setters. There was only one side in it. Phillips with the corner. 2 players, but Butterworth puts the ball in. A combination of Grobbelaar and Marsh helped it over the line. In fact, I think Marsh tried to use his hands, but Butterworth takes the credit. Walters squares to Thomas, and what a goal! Looked as though it took a deflection. I think it was just the swerve which deceived Ryan Gunn in the Norwich nets, and it's 1-1. Thomas, Walters combination. Walters to Thomas, Thomas cross, and a powerful header from Don Hutchison puts Liverpool in the lead. A good clearance from Picnic. Confusion in the Liverpool defence, and Picnic pushes Sutton. That's going to be a penalty, no doubt about it. Little arguing really. Picnic came in and bustled the Norwich player off the ball with illegal means. Bowen blasts the ball high into the Kop, to the jeers of the Kop. Squared to Burrows, no stopping that. He found a gap in the wall, and it had to be a very brave player indeed that was going to get in the way of a shot like that. Burrows again, over everyone, finds McManaman. Cute little dross from McManaman, diving header. But it wasn't his wish to dive, he was pushed, and the referee gives a penalty. Walters against Gunn, and cool as you like, Mark Walters finishes it off. Ball from Bowen, but the referee has signalled the end of a fine performance from Liverpool. At last, the season had life, but it wasn't reflected in the league table. 5th from bottom, but with illustrious company. Spurs, Wednesday, and last year's champions, Leeds United.
There were stages in the vast majority of games this year where we played a kind of football that I want Liverpool to play, but it's no good doing it for 10, 15 minutes. You've got to do it for longer than that if you want to maintain the challenge and end up competing for all the prizes.
November was the peak of the season, just like the good old days. 3 games, 3 wins, 10 goals for, only 1 against. Ian Rush had beaten Roger Hunt's 23-year-old club scoring record at Old Trafford. His first at Anfield brought another milestone.
Liverpool got the early boost their morale needed against Middlesbrough, courtesy of John Gittins' back pass and Ronnie Rosenthal's splendid finish. Only 2 goals all season before today for the Israeli international, but he doubled that total before half-time. Again, poor John Gittins was the Borough defender who got the very best view. Briefly, Liverpool appeared to falter though. Defensive arms waved unsuccessfully. And John Hendry's treatment from Mike Hooper got the predictable response from referee Dermot Gallagher. Jimmy Phillips gave Borough new hope. Liverpool's response though, well, more like the old Liverpool. Steve McManaman had found goals all too scarce before today as well. The congratulations from Ian Rush, who had reserved his best moment till the last minute. And a little moment of history it was too. Rush's 200th league goal, worth waiting for and seeing again.
Soon to be seen again at last, John Barnes, a late and effective substitute at Queen's Park Rangers.
Now Redknapp. It's been a game this in which both teams, I think, have enhanced their reputations. Rosenthal shakes off Peacock. Rosenthal puts it away! Liverpool look to have stolen it late, and Ronnie Rosenthal is the scorer. It's his 5th of the season.
Well, for once he kept himself onside, didn't he? But who unlocked the defence? John Barnes.
Well, what late drama.
Well, as you said, they've looked like the team most likely in the last 10 minutes, but he does very well to hold off Peacock. They're both tugging away at each other. He's away, and that's a clinical piece of finishing from Ronnie Rosenthal.
All these chances that went begging, and this was a pretty difficult one. He had to shake off the attentions of Peacock. The angle was very difficult, but the finish absolutely emphatic.
Russia got an unfortunate injury, so I went on earlier than I probably would have liked, but you know, I need matches, so the more the merrier, you know, just to get the fitness. I was struggling for the last 20 minutes and struggling for a bit of the pace of the game because I got caught in possession 3 or 4 times early on in the second half. I'm not really used to the pace, but you know, as I said, just glad for the game.
No, I've said to John, it's no good you being the same fitness as everybody else, because you're going to get the ball more than anyone else. You have to be fitter than everybody else. And the players, the star players, international players in the team, if they're in trouble, who do they look to? They look to John Barnes. John Barnes has got to work harder to get his fitness right than anybody else, because he will spend more time on the ball than anyone else.
Barnes' return fired up the forces. His first full game of the season inspired the best performance and result of the season. Getting Barnes activated early on. Hasn't lost any of his touch with his feet. Drawing 3 defenders to him. Lovely cross from Barnes, and he sets up a goal for Steve McManaman. Quite rightly, he thanks the old master. Marsh comes forward. McManaman goes wide, but just provides the decoy. Good run from Hutchison, he's found him, but his diving header is steered wide. Marsh, let's fly! What a goal from Mike Marsh! What, 30, possibly 35 yards, but Martin stood no chance. Hutchison. Speculative ball. Martin tries to keep it in, but that could be a mistake. McManaman a tight angle, but a goal. Martin's attempts to save the corner only resulted in him giving a goal away. Made it so easy for McManaman. He had the help if he wanted it, but took it alone. Marsh pushing and shoving on Rosenthal. Straight into the arms of the waiting goalkeeper. Great ball from Redknapp. McManaman against big Eric Young, can't chip the keeper. 3-man walk to Burrows, takes a slight deflection, but Martin had it all of the way. Trying to push Jones off the ball, and they succeed, but straight into the path of Marsh to McManaman. Across the 6-yard box and brilliantly finished off by Ronnie Rosenthal. Not as easy as it looked. Rolled across the 6 yards and Rosenthal arrived like an express train. Is it going to be a John Barnes curly-whirly? Yes it is, great save from Martin, but an exquisite free kick from the England winger. He's back. Redknapp continues his run. Barnes sizing up for a shot. Redknapp. Bannerman. Header from Barnes, and not far wide. Going for goal, and he certainly deserves one. Marsh's free kick finds its way to McManaman. And they're raining in on Nigel Martin. Barnes pulling defenders with him. That's the kind of respect they have. Burrows has space. Cross to the far post and an easy header and a blatant miss. Bannerman showing his skills. Redknapp. Marsh, so easy for Liverpool. And Hutchison gets his goal. Well, they won't want to come back here for the cup tie next Wednesday night. They've been outplayed, outclassed and outscored. Five against Palace on the Saturday, but only won the following week in the Coca-Cola Cup. Steve Coppell's draw at any cost tactics paid off. 1-1 at Anfield, so it was back to Selhurst, where Liverpool got the burn. Mark Wright was struck down with a mystery illness shortly before the game, but it was still a lineup which carried vastly more experience than Palace's. Steve Coppell had to raid his youth team to put out a side. For Souness, only a win would do, but it was another night of frustration. So, 5 minutes gone. McManaman up. Aimed again towards Barnes, and a good header from John Barnes. Well, he got the better of some taller men in there. Redknapp pinged the ball in. They're 10 yards back. Liverpool's wall is 10 centimetres back. Redknapp with a shot off the Palace wall. Marsh tries a shot, but Martin had a bird's eye view of it. Well, Barnes was lining up and it was Redknapp's shot, and Marsh from that distance was never going to beat an international calibre keeper. Rodgers' kick. A flick and a goal! Is it? Well, the referee, the linesman consults. The referee's given it. The linesman's agreeing with him, and Steve Nicol is complaining. Well, controversy in the first game over the refereeing decisions in normal play, and one from a set piece. The little flick at the near post. Was that over the line? Well, Grant Watts, who got the header to the ball, will be claiming it. Hooper was beaten. The defender was behind the line, and the referee and the crowd are saying the ball was as well. Barnes, first chance to run. And Andy Thorne, a foot in, but Liverpool keep going. A ball to nobody, an appeal for a free kick. Walter steals it, Barnes is there. He goes down. But no penalty this time. No argument from the England international. Went into the area, and as you can see from the low camera, a good, clean tackle. Liverpool send 8 players forward. Barnes possibly the tallest. An adventurous flying header from Stewart. And possibly he was pulled. The referee has given a penalty. Stewart flew up in the air. Let's see what happened. Stewart went for the ball, and the referee says he was manhandled by the Palace 6, Andy Thorne. Well, Stewart's explaining to his teammates, the referee explaining to the Palace. And Mike Marsh, who scored in the first game, scores in the second game, and Liverpool are level. Redknapp. Rush makes a good run across the 18-yard box. Dangerous for defenders when he does that. Jones could be in a more dangerous position. But it's not a bad cross. Walters had a good view of it and had a very good shot as well. Well, that, you must say, was an excellent cross from Rob Jones. Mark Walters was never going to challenge for the header. He just watched the ball drop, and that could have been the perfect volley. Martin was beaten, and the bar saved it. Petnick again allowed space to come forward. Young lets it go. Walters miscontrols, but he gets the second chance. And Nigel Martin again had to get his positioning just right. First it was Young that slipped. Walters just got a little toe poke, and the fingertips of Martin saved Palace. Jones. 4 players across the middle of the field. One of those is Stewart. Lets it go for Marsh, who keeps going forward. He can shoot from here. That's not a bad shot. But again, Nigel Martin had full view of it. And his handling again was precise. It was perfect. Marsh has looked the most dangerous player. It's a couple of shots he's had. Liverpool keep going. Marsh cuts inside Roger. Bad pass though. That's a bad clearance. Ronnie Rosenthal. It's into the area. He likes to have a little dig in there. Spilled by Martin. It gets in the way of the second shot from Walters. He could see what was on Rosenthal's mind. Get in the box. Look for the trip. And he had a clear view of goal. Martin makes the mistake. This is an important corner from Walters. Over the head of Barnes. Rosenthal up there. Still not cleared. Barnes again with a header. A brilliant save from Martin, but Rush was offside. Redknapp. Jones. Barnes. And that's the last kick of the 90 minutes. We go into extra time. Hooper settles for a 3-man war. 6 or 7 players around the 6-yard box. Over the head of Hooper. Stewart has to clear under pressure. Rush completes the clearance. Far from completed. Palace still have players forward. Chip over the top from McGoldrick. Nicol looking for Hooper to come off his line. Hooper is in no man's land. And Crystal Palace are ahead. Andy Thorne the scorer. Less than a minute left of the first period of extra time. Crystal Palace with a 1-goal advantage. 2-1. Chance for Redknapp, it falls. Oh, what a shot! But off the top of the bar, he can't believe it. He struck it absolutely perfectly. That was an absolutely brilliant volley. Martin was beaten, but the bar, and not for the first time tonight, to his rescue. Out of luck and out of another competition. The only plus in the game, the influence of John Barnes, a helping hand to the youngsters, but still not quite his old self.
He's going to put himself through some physical stuff on a regular basis during the summer months and come back a fit John Barnes ready to go and play the kind of football that we all know he's capable of. And if he does that, then how many points is that worth?
December was a month of Merseyside misery at Everton. The Goodison game summed up the season's unpredictability.
We've gone to Goodison and we've played well. We've got ourselves a goal and then still continued to dominate the game, had chance after chance but didn't take them, and then in the end they've scored. I think Maurice Johnson got the equaliser and then Peter Beardsley of all people scored the winner. But it wasn't a game we should have lost.
Rosenthal trying to get behind the Everton defence here, and he might have done it too. And Neville Southall did some brilliant work.
Well, he did brilliant work at the end of the day, but for a long time, Ian, I was wondering where Neville Southall was. This ball's in the air a long time. Look at his position, Neville. I expected him just to come and gobble it up then. He comes late, but he makes up with it with a fine save.
Rosenthal's got some room here though. On that left foot, the angle he likes. Southall punches it away. Liverpool probing. Jones's cross. Marsh closing in on it. Run by Watson and Nicol. Look at that. Traitor bullet. Redknapp again. Liverpool stringing the passes together. McManaman. Barnes!
Well, that's That's the best move of the game, without a doubt.
7 red shirts in there. Wright is one of them, and he scored on his return to the side. Mark Wright breaks the deadlock in the Merseyside derby. Souness celebrates, the Liverpool Horns celebrate, and what a comeback to the team for Mark Wright.
Well, you can't give someone a Mark Wright's ability in the air. A free header from 6 yards. It's awful, it's in the air a long time, but watch this. He goes up almost alone. Mark Keown's not close enough.
Now there are chants from the Liverpool fans to the Everton rivals of going down, going down. They're being taunted. Everton trying to do something about that, and this has gone in on the turn from Mo Johnston, and Everton are level. That's their answer. Everton lining up a posse of players. Here's Barnes in his more central role, getting the 1-2, and look at this from Barnes. Oh, how about that? And Everton escape. What a goal that would have been.
Watch the way he just plays it and runs behind Keown. McManaman supplies the ball. What about that for a strike?
Liverpool get that possession, and look at the space that McManaman has here. Hutchison is in the middle. Barnes is short. Oh, lovely strike again from Barnes off the outside of the foot.
Great football all round, wasn't it?
Oh, lovely little touch from Beardsley. Ablett is Beardsley again. It's opening up for him, is it? Yes, it is! Peter Beardsley! Barnes on the near post with the header. Oh, and how did that stay out?
Oh, that's incredible.
He can't believe it.
I can't believe it. What a let-off again. Watch, he gets the header. He's on Peter Beagren. It's not real fun. Gets a flick. There's the other touch. It's through Tom and picked its legs. And out for a goal kick.
After the enemy, the return of a hero. Kenny Dalglish back at Anfield, complete with a smile.
Kenny arguably is the greatest player this club's ever had, and quite rightly gets a very warm welcome when he comes back. He's a very special player. Was a very special player. Still a very good friend of mine. We were the best of buddies when we played here. Still a very, very good friend of mine. And if we weren't going to win something, that would be the next team I'd want to win something for him.
There was no old pals act though, a warm handshake, a vociferous cop reception, but on the pitch a reminder that this is Anfield.
Jones once more. Rosenthal. Liverpool busy around the edge of the box, but so far no ways through that pack of Blackburn defenders. Barnes, can he manufacture something? Maybe. It just wouldn't go. It nearly went for Rosenthal and then for Rush. And Bobby Mims is the most relieved man on Merseyside. Now Nicol. Barnes again. Beautifully done by Barnes. A magnificent save by Bobby Mims. Absolutely brilliant. The record goal scorer for Liverpool, Ian Rush, must have thought that ball over the line. Barnes magic on the left side. A clean header this time from Rush. How did Mims keep it out? Walters, faced by May. Walters! With one of the goals of the season! How is that for an arrival? 78 minutes. At last the breakthrough. Walters one-on-one against May. Found himself a yard, and that's the result. A magnificent strike. Wegley's first touch, the corner. Hendry the big man. Shearer. What a response by England's top scorer. A fantastic equaliser. Another good touch from Walters to Barnes. Still might come down for Liverpool, might come from McManaman. And it does for Walters. They were opened up by the wide men. And it's the wide man who restores Liverpool's lead with 5 minutes to go.
Brilliant work. Again from Marsh and Rush. And a brilliant cross converted. McManaman, the right winger. Walters, the left winger. Liverpool lead again. Or have Blackburn time for yet one more strike on goal? Shearer will chase Hooper down. He doesn't make any mistake, as Philip Don eventually draws it to a close, and two of the oldest friends in football, two of the great names of British football, Dalglish and Souness, go away to the sanctuary of the dressing room. A suitably distinguished meeting of two of the top sides in English football. Souness against Dalglish is won by Souness.
Souness had beaten one great Liverpool striker. Dalglish's old partner, Ian Rush, reminded everyone he was still around.
Cross was deflected, Ian Rush on the volley! Pick that out! It's still the most prolific goal scorer in Liverpool's history, and it's still one of the very best in the business. That is a great strike. Bang!
Bang went the chances of retaining the FA Cup at the first hurdle. An Anfield night to remember, but only for Bolton. The manager went into a red rage.
On the night they deserved to beat us. In the first game they deserved to beat us, and on the night at Anfield where they did beat us, they were a better team than us, and we have to hold our hands up and say that. There's a great temptation when you're a player. If you've got, in a cup competition, you go somewhere and you get yourself a draw, you think, well, okay, it's just a matter of fact, we'll come back to Anfield and we'll beat them. And but there was still a lot to play for in that game, and I don't think some of the boys approached it as such a professional manner as they should have done, and it cost us dearly. But take nothing away from it, they were better than us that night.
To admit that hurts. Also painful January defeats against Villa and Wimbledon, but there was relief at Highbury.
Redknapp, McManaman. All anxiety when the ball is to McManaman's feet for Rush again. He's got the better of Seaman this time. Down he goes. Andy Linnigan. Penalty for Liverpool.
He keeps putting himself in there. We've talked about his running behind defenders. He gets a little break there. Andy Linnigan's right hand goes round his waist slightly. Not so sure how much contact was there. The referee had a good view. His decision, a penalty.
John Barnes for Liverpool. This for the lead. They have it. Graham Souness wants to get a message on straight away, but Barnes, who made his debut in the last time that Liverpool won at Highbury back in 1987, scores again from the spot here at a crucial stage.
Goal-scoring problems in February probably cost the team an impressive final position. It was a month when Souness found himself soul-searching.
I feel 2 years down the road, although some of the signings have not been as good as I'd wanted them to have been. And the players and I will have to hold our hand up and say, I haven't done the business in the way we'd wanted them to have done. I feel that we're far better now than we were 2 years ago. We've got a team that's younger, that's only going to get better. And as I said, the team inherited was only going to get worse.
Players past their peak had been given the suey chop without sentiment. Ian Rush, with only one league goal in 13 games, didn't get any special treatment. Dropped for the first time in his Liverpool career for the Hillsborough hike, but Don Hutchison showed he's a student of the Rush school of finishing. Rush wasn't out for long. March was his month. 4 goals in 5 matches. And against Queen's Park Rangers, the return of Ronnie Whelan.
1 win in 14 matches isn't the form Anfield expects, but Saturday's signs of improvement were not false. Ian Rush, back in the starting lineup, was brought down by Tony Roberts' penalty. Mike Marsh had 3 successes from the spot to his credit, but not a 4th, Roberts making full amends for the foul. 18 minutes left now, and Steve McManaman, teased and tempted, and bided his time. The cross landed perfectly for an eager Ian Rush.
Rush wasn't the only eager striker on the staff. Ronnie Rosenthal, so often a bit part player, was the Derby Day centre stage star.
One of the great things about that month was beating Everton as well, Ronnie Rosenthal's goal.
Yeah, again, we dominated that game and should have scored before Ronnie eventually did. Thoroughly deserved the win. Must have been hard for Everton to take because it was scored in the last minute or so. But it was a game we deserved to win, and they couldn't argue that.
Beardsley. Peter Beardsley has played it to McManaman. An extraordinary lapse. McManaman against Ablett. Still McManaman. Oh, and he's put it wide again. And no one feels better about it than Beardsley. No one feels worse than the culprit himself. Walters. Couldn't see space for the shot. Uses McManaman. Hutchison. Oh, and it's fumbled by Southall. And you rarely get away with that when Ian Rush is around, especially in a Merseyside derby. But luck was on Southall's side then. Rosenthal. Barnes. Rush. Hutchison, great shot. That was beautifully constructed by Liverpool. But still they can't better Southall. Hutchison lining it up here. And as the ball dropped, he controlled it, but couldn't get it beyond Southall's dive. Hutchison and Rush! And the ball bounced up rather than onwards for Liverpool. It would break Evertonian hearts if Liverpool nick one here. Rosenthal, they might do, they have done! What an astonishing finish! In the first minute of time added on, Rush inevitably played a part. It deflected, I think, a little off Watson. Rosenthal didn't look for the flag when Everton were watching for that. He looked for the back of the net and he located it.
Locating the net suddenly wasn't a problem anymore. Dropping in Rush had worked. March and April, he went on a scoring spree. 7 goals in 8 games. As he found the net, he found confidence. The goals became more and more spectacular. Kenny Dalglish's Blackburn won 4-1 at Ewood Park, but the goal of the day belonged to the Liverpool number 9, a rifled right footer. Right foot, left foot headers, they were all going in.
Here's Rush, working it onto his left foot. Oh, brilliant!
Suddenly goal scoring was an in-house competition. Mark Walters was the first player to take a match ball, a devastating hat-trick in a revenge mission with Coventry.
Barnes to Burrows. Burrows ball forward, asking Hutchison to chase, which he's done, and he's teed it up for Walters, and Liverpool are 1-up. 16 minutes. Walters allowed time to turn and to think about what to do. Barnes continues to run. Walters goes alone though. What a beauty. Well, Barnes had made the run forward, but Walters completely ignored that option and chose the chip, and it was a beauty. There's Paul Stewart. And still, and he's tumbled, and that's a penalty. Now then, hat-trick time maybe, yes! Mark Walters, all 3-0. Walters looking for the right ball, finds John Barnes. Barnes picks out Burrows, who lets go! And what a goal that is! Well, Mark Walters may have got a hat-trick, but Burrows may well have got the pick of them. 4-0, that may be the best.
When Liverpool won, they won with style. They were to finish 6th in a season of transition.
And really it's all about for the start of next season. I'm looking to get a couple of new players and make certain changes. And I just feel that given a wee bit of luck and getting the right players in, we can make a real impression.
43,500 fans were given a lasting impression and a taste of things to come in a rousing Anfield finale.
Allen, and this time they're beaten offside. It's Kevin Watson, 2 to look for at the back post. Oh, it's the back of the woodwork from Paul Allen. Tottenham's best moment. When the Liverpool attack broke down, they were always stretched. Kevin Watson, the 19-year-old midfield player, who picked out Paul Allen, and his header had beaten Bruce Grobbelaar. Rush!
It's football here, and nothing else.
Just Anderton, he's a long way out. Oh, it's a wonderful shot and a good save by Grobbelaar.
I have to have a fully motivated, fully fit, fully dedicated Bruce Grobbler.
Mabbutt. Oh, wonderfully hit by Mabbutt. And a good save by Grobbler. Mark Walters. Face 5-handed now. Tries to run round him and does so. Gets in a good ball from John Barnes.
Star players, international players in the team, they're in trouble. Who do they look to? They look to John Barnes. John Barnes has got to work harder to get his fitness right than anybody else, because he will spend more time on the ball than anyone else.
Redknapp. Harkness. Took a deflection. Oh, disappointment.
A team that's younger, that's only going to get better. And as I said, the team inherited is only going to get worse.
Guided it past Ian Walker. Closely marked by Sedgley. Now he looks for the support. Barnes. Oh, yes, penalty. Nethercott pushed Ian Rush in the back.
I obviously have my critics. I want sooner, much sooner rather than later, to be able to turn around and say, well, I think you were wrong.
Mark Walters will take it. Walters putting the ball exactly where Ian Walker had been standing. John Barnes. Hutchison with space for the cross. Redknapp was so quickly in on that one. Redknapp, still Redknapp. Kept it in play. It's in. Rush will claim it. Oh, well done, Jamie Redknapp, though.
The only thing I'm interested in is being successful. This club being successful. Not me personally, this club.
There was Ian Rush. Redknapp. John Barnes. Hutchison. Rob Jones. And now Mark Walters. John Barnes! Oh, what a fabulous goal! They seem to get better.
You have generations of supporters. If you analyse it, I've never known anything else. And this year it's been hard for them to accept. But I can guarantee them, if it's been hard for them to accept, it would be doubly as hard for me to accept.
Perfect cross from Mark Walters. And maybe it's a pity Graham Souness is not here this afternoon to enjoy what is rapidly turning into an Anfield celebration.
I hate not winning.